Hello friends, welcome to Rollipolli Mindful Art class. Today we'll be making a Diwali themed painting with oil pastels. So let's get started. Very first, with a brown color, I will take 3-finger measure from the bottom of the paper. As you see, the paper is placed vertically, and from the bottom with 3-finger measure I put a mark with brown, and then very carefully I draw a horizontal line. Above it, I'll place the Diya or the earthen lamp, which is like a cup shape or like a soup bowl. Once I've drawn the shape, I put a slanting curve going up there and from the center coming down there. So that becomes your Diya. And once the shape of Diya is made, we put a flame on it with orange color, starting on the topmost point, making it like a flame, like a leaf shape. Once the shape is drawn, we scribble with the same orange color inside it. Vertically I'm scribbling, and as I come towards the outer curve, I follow the curve so that I don't break the shape of the Diya or the flame there. Once some orange is done, I will start with the next color, which is lemon yellow. Yes, and whenever you pick the colors, you check whether they are clean or no. If there's any dirt or color on it, you can just wipe it clean on the tissue paper. Now I start lemon yellow by overlapping on the orange, slight overlap, and then bring the yellow further down. As I come down, I leave a very little white space on the bottom. Color evenly so that there is no gaps. The white that I'm leaving is over here. Now on this, I will again scribble with white. White will not be left plain, empty. We apply white over it. So from the bottom I start scribbling and I climb upwards to overlap the yellow, but not the full yellow. We don't overlap on entire yellow, just a little bit, so that it gives a nice transparent look to your flame. Once this is done, next step, I take my light blue color, and with the light blue color I go slightly above the flame over here and I scribble with it to create a wick around it. I first put the light blue this way. Once the light blue is done, then I pick up my white again and I go on the top part of the light blue and overlap it with the white. So white will make the light blue even more lighter and it will give your flame a nice transparent look like this. After this is done, if you see any crumbs, loose crumbs, you just pick it and remove it. Some oil pastels are very flaky, so you need to remove the crumbs. Once the crumbs are removed, then I'll add a wick with black color, a black thread, starting at the base of the blue. I make it come to the point. So here we have the flame ready. After the flame is done, we'll go next step for the earthen lamp or the Diya. I take my dark brown color, and with the dark brown color I scribble at the base following the shape and then slanting scribbles. If you notice, I've not scribbled on the entire Diya here. I still have some white space. Over there I will take my yellow ochre color, apply the yellow ochre, but then eventually you overlap the yellow ochre on the brown, as it will make the brown look very muddy the way we want it. for the muddy diya or mitti ka diya, like this. Remove the crumbs if at all you have extra crumbs. Now the flame and the diya is ready. Next we start coloring the background. We pick up the dark blue color, which is called as Prussian blue color, and we start overlapping on the top, color on the top, horizontal scribbles, but we need to go slow and careful here, as we don't want to break inside the diya. Scribble horizontally. As you notice, I am scribbling horizontally everywhere but not going close to the diya. When we have to go close to the flame and the diya, we follow the shape of it. Scribble following the outline. We touch it so that there is no white gap between the flame and the background color. Follow the shape so that you can control your movements and you don't break the flame. Same thing I'll do on the other side. Go very slow around it. If you have any big white gaps anywhere, you fill it up. I'm going to make a night sky. So dark blue or Prussian blue is not the only color. We will also bring in black. Once this is done, next comes black color. So I start black by overlapping on the blue, random overlap, somewhere more, somewhere less. But again, we have to go very, very slowly and carefully closer to the diya and the flame. Once I'm away from the flame, I'll do horizontal scribbles to fill up the gap. The base as well. Same thing I'll do on the other side. As you notice, the black is overlapping, but it's not in a straight line. Sorry, the black is filled up. Now we come to the bottom part, which is going to become the wall on which, or the window on which the diya is sitting. So I scribble with red, horizontal scribble touching the black, so that there is no gap between there. Scribble, 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 come till down, but leave a little bit of space and at the bottom for the next color, which is dark brown color. So with dark brown here, I start scribbling on the base in the empty area, and I gradually climb up, overlapping on the red in an uneven manner, somewhere more, somewhere less. So here it's the dark brown wall, which is glowing and looking reddish because of the light from the lamp. That's it, the colorings are done. Now in the next step we need to be blending, but before that I'm checking my flame. If any crumbs are there, I remove that. Once I've removed the crumbs, then I'll start blending using oil. I have oil here, which is this coconut oil. Any kind of oil you may take. I dip my index finger in the oil, and then I start sliding horizontally. If you notice, I'm sliding horizontally smoothly. Whenever my finger gets stuck or it feels dry, I dip in the oil again, but taking care that we have our flame below. We don't want to cut the flame. With very gentle touch, we are sliding. Spend some time where the blue meets the black. With a gentle touch, we blend so the oil melts. And closer to the flame, you follow the shape of the flame. Closer to the diya, you follow the shape of the diya. Rest everywhere, we're doing horizontal. Same thing I'll do on the other side. Move your finger up and down, so that the black melts, but closer to the flame and diya, you follow the shape. Once it's blended, then we come to the base here. After sky, we come to the base. Once the base is also blended, we leave it for drying. Around 10 minutes it will take to dry. So we'll take a short break here, allow it to dry. The only part where we didn't apply any oil is the flame and the diya itself. Now that the oil is all dried, we'll start with the next step. But how do we check whether the oil is dried or no? Not by touching. We tilt our paper like this, as you see. Wherever it's very shiny, the oil is wet there. Everywhere else the shine is reduced, that means it is dry. So in the dry part we can start working. So in the next part I take my white color and I'll scribble round multiple times, applying many layers one over the other till I get a nice round ball or a laddu like this. It will work only where the painting has dried, so you have to wait till it dries. We'll scatter these laddus or circles here and there, not in a straight line. These are going to become our teeny tiny fairy lights. So what I'm doing right now is making the halo for the fairy lights. We scatter them here and there, some big, some small. Spend some time on every single circle. Round we go. Try to create a circular shape. Even if it's not a perfect circle, it's alright. But do spend some time to make it look circular. Somewhere big, somewhere small. Go on changing the size as well. Your white will become dirty, but still you continue. Don't worry about the dirt. Continue scribbling round till you have a nice smooth halo. Once this is done, then I just gently lift off the crumbs that have come before I go to the next step. Now with Camel brand colors we do get a lot of crumbs, but not so much with the other brands like Tom's. So anywhere you have crumbs, you have to gently lift it up. Try dusting like this. The extra ones fall off. Sticky ones you need to pick with your finger. Once that is done, then in the next step I will be adding the fairy lights with thin round brush and white acrylic color. So here I have my white acrylic color. I dip my brush in the acrylic color, drop the extra white, and first I'll highlight the lamp. So coming on the top part of the lamp, I put a thin line. Doesn't have to be very thin. So this is the top part of the diya, which is shining as it's filled with oil. Then with the same white in the brush, we add the light in the center of every halo, which is not just a tiny dot. I am making it like a fat dot. That's it. With that, our painting is completed. Once it is fully dried, we can peel off the masking tape. And we have a lovely Diwali painting ready for you. I hope you all enjoyed watching the Diwali painting. I'll meet you again in the next video. Do complete your paintings and send me the pictures for feedback. Bye bye for today.